So I'll call this meeting to order, the Polk County Board of Commissioners. Today is April 11th. The time is 9 a.m. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Any comments for items not on the agenda today? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve the minutes from March 28th?
So move.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Next up, community development is with us, a good portion of the team. The planning section. It's discuss the initiation of a legislative amendment to amend the text of the Polk County zoning ordinance, chapter 136. Welcome, Eric and Sydney.
Morning, I'm here on behalf of the Planning Division to ask the board to initiate a legislative amendment legislative amendment process to evaluate updates to Polk County zoning ordinance chapter 136, which pertains to the exclusive farm use zoning district. The purpose of this legislative amendment is to bring chapter 136 into compliance with inconsistencies found in state law and consider other optional changes to the EFU zone. When there are changes to state law or when revised statute 197-646 requires that counties either adopt these changes directly to their local ordinance or apply state law directly to land use applications. However, some changes are not required to be adopted, and instead counties are allowed to be more restrictive in state law. Therefore, initiating this legislative amendment would bring chapter 136 into compliance with state law where it's required, and would allow the Planning Commission and the Board of Commissioners to consider optional changes to chapter 136. Staff recommends that the board determine that the proposed text amendments be in the public benefit and the general public interest, and to initiate the legislative amendments process to make these changes. If the board initiates this process, public hearings before the Planning Commission and the Board of Commissioners would be required prior to adopting any of these changes. Thank you.
Questions, Lyle?
Not at this time, no.
I'll probably have some questions for the, I'd like to maybe meet with you outside of the meeting to discuss some of the discretionary changes that we could consider adopting, this long list on the second page.
Sure.
But I think for now, staff is looking for direction on whether to initiate the legislative amendment process. So I don't think there's any reason not to begin that now, if you're in agreement, Lyle.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
So when we get to work,
All right.
Appreciate that.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Vote of consensus. Would you like a motion?
Would be nice.
Okay.
I'll make the motion that we move forward with the Polk County memorandum on initiative legislative amendment to amend the text of the Polk County zoning ordinance.
All right. Motion's been made to initiate the legislative amendment process as described in the memo. I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
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 Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. All right. Are there any non-listed items? With that, we'll adjourn at 9:04.